stay out of the presidential election shit.
Yeah,
it's
what happened?
gross. Because I feel like I had to. I feel like this is so nuts. This is so nuts. When that Tim Walz guy, it's so nuts that guy was going to be the vice president. You're telling me, you're telling me this whole thing's fake. Then.
What?
Why, if you like Vance and Trump? Like,
Bro,
Vance
stop
lies
with the
like
whataboutism.
every 10 seconds.
They both lie. Let them finish.
No.
What's his name? Tim Walz totally lied about his whole military record. That's what he's talking about in this video.
He didn't.
He
really
did.
didn't.
He
What did
literally
he lie
did.
about?
I got a bold outfit going on today, man.
Yeah.
I am curious what your guys' thoughts are on my
Mr.
outfit.
Miami.
Do you like it?
God.
Do you dislike it?
I dislike
Is
it.
it mid? Because I know it's sort of bold, but I can't lie. I sort of like it. So anyway, comment on that below. But I got a lot of stuff to get to today. So in just a second, we are going to talk about the real reason why Rogan went full Maga.
The real reason,
And this is
according to
according
Kyle.
to Rogan. Straight
Okay.
out of his mouth.
Let's see.
And it is perhaps not the reason you're thinking. So we'll talk about that. We also have an interesting segment which I think really explains the secret appeal of Trump and why he ended up winning
I
the
got the
election.
dog just randomly laced.
I was like, where'd that
down
dog
behind
come
him.
To crypto scam. We have Republican congressman slipped up and said the quiet part out loud and told everybody what their real plans
I do
are.
like burners.
And then
Probably one of my favorite
later on,
breeds.
North Carolina Republicans
Wait, what kind of
just
dog is
rigged
that?
the rules and went
Bernice
full
Mountain
authoritarian.
Dog,
And I
or
got to give you the
AKA
specifics on that.
burners.
Oh, okay.
So without any further ado, we'll jump into it in just a second. You guys know the drill. Please subscribe to the channel.
All right,
That
get
helps
on
out
with it,
big time
Kyle.
and
Tell us
costs you
why you're
nothing.
still in love with Joe.
And of course,
Let's go.
much love
Come
to
on.
everybody who supports this show on Patreon. We genuinely couldn't do it without you
This
guys.
man
So
jaded.
if you want to donate $2 a month or $5 a month or whatever, it helps. What made him snap and go full MAGA? And as I already pointed out,
What
it is
made
not
him
the
snap
thing
and go full MAGA? I'm gonna
you're thinking.
pause. I always find it interesting how people. I don't know what this video is about. I don't know what he's gonna react to with Joe and this, that, and the other. He says it out of his own. He said that this is Joe saying this out of his own mouth, but the way he frames it is just so hilarious to me. It's just so hilarious.
Well, I wanted to stay out of the presidential election shit.
Yeah,
'cause
what
it's
happened?
gross. Because I feel like I had to. I feel like this is so nuts. This is so nuts. When that Tim Walz guy, it's so nuts that guy was going to be the vice president.
Pretending to be his
You're telling
head
me,
coach.
you're telling me this whole thing's fake. Then you're telling me you don't care if someone's a liar. You don't care if they lied about their military rank, where they served. You don't care if they lied about being an assistant. You don't care if they lied about Tiananmen Square. There's too many things. This is so crazy. You would get fired if you were an assistant manager at a fucking oil changing company.
The number one reason why he flipped and went full MAGA is Tim Walz.
Pause. What? What? Am I? Well, bro. Did Joe Rogan just say the number one reason he flipped is because of Tim Walz? Please tell me you didn't just interpret that way. I'm gonna let it play, but please tell me what you from that
Let's
28 second
Let's hear Joe say it again.
28. This guy Kyle, bro. Like, come on, man.
Well, I wanted to stay out of the presidential election shit.
Yeah,
'cause
what
it's
happened?
gross. Because I feel like I had to.
Well, right there, I
like
think
this
it's
is so nuts.
bullshit on Rogan part because
What?
he made it sound like I wanted to stay out of it. I remember when Biden was like, I wasn't going to run again, but then I saw January 6th and I just had to. Like, no, you could have kept your old ass at home. But like, no, Rogan, you didn't have to get involved so heavily as far as like not just having Trump on, not just having Vance on, not just having Musk on, like having all three of them a week before the election and other right wingers and no left winger around the election. Like all of that is very coordinated and orchestrated.
Come on, man. He invited left wing people on. We went over this. We looked at his
But why
channel.
didn't he have any on?
We
I
looked
know
at
why
it. They
Harris
were
didn't show
on.
up.
They were on. We just went
But
over his
it's
channel.
others. Well, one, I wouldn't call Harris a left winger, but why not have any, Democrat or neoliberal or progressive on, a week or two around the election?
Is Joe Rogan a journalist?
No, it's his show.
Okay.
But don't try to get this
Come on, man.
neutrality. Oh, I just wanted to stay at home and sit in the sauna and then go into
When
the
did he
ice
say that?
and play my golden retriever. But I just had to. Like
He
no, you
didn't
wanted
say
to.
that. He didn't say that.
I got pulled into.
He didn't
what's
say
that,
he
the
got pulled
Godfather
in.
line?
He didn't say
like whenever I leave, they just pull me back in.
You're
Like, no one's
rich.
pulling you back
He
in.
did
That's how
not.
frames
He
it.
did not say
Let's
that. He
listen to
said.
him
He
again.
said.
Let's listen
He
to him again.
said that he had to come on because he felt like things were crazy, and so he had to say something. That doesn't mean that they pulled him in.
They
That just
pulled
means
him back in. He's the one to sit in the sauna
okay.
and chill.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Stay out of the presidential election shit.
Yeah,
'cause
what
it's
happened?
gross. Because I feel like I had to. I feel like this is so nuts. This is so nuts. When that Tim Walz guy, it's so nuts that guy was going to be the vice president.
Pretending to be his
You're telling
head
me,
coach.
you're telling me this whole thing's fake then. You're telling me you don't care if someone's a liar. You don't care if they lied about their military rank, where they served. You don't care if
You
they lied about their
can't
citizenship,
talk
you don't care
about
if
a
they lied about-
liar.
What?
Why, if you like Vance and Trump? Like
Bro,
Vance
stop with the
lies, like, every 10
whataboutism.
seconds.
They both lie. Let them finish.
No.
What you mean?
Trump,
What do you
Vance, and
mean?
Walz do lie completely on different levels. Like,
Bro, they all
what-
lie. He's like, stop with the
They've all lied in their
whataboutism.
life.
Stop
Yes,
with the whataboutism.
Trump and Vance lie insanely highly.
What's his name? Tim Walz totally lied about his whole military record. That's what he's talking
He
about in
really
this video.
he didn't.
He
really
did.
didn't.
He
What did
literally
he lie
did.
about?
He lied
What did
about
he
his
lie about?
rank. Then he lied about he just said it. He lied about the whole
He didn't
Tiananmen
lie about
Square
his
thing.
rank.
He did. He did lie about his rank.
I
He did-
know
wasn't- he was-
I know what he said
What'd he
incorrectly.
say? We'll find the video.
So-
What'd he say? What'd he say?
Tim Walz said when you're talking about school shooters, and if it wasn't about school shooters, it's about like assault rifles in general. How like assault rifles, automatic, assault rifles shouldn't be around. He like these people don't need weapons like I used when I carried them into war. Was pretty much the quote. I carried blah 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 weapon into war. And the inaccuracy there is, yes, he spent over 20 years in the military, but he never saw live combat, so therefore he didn't carry a weapon in the war. But he did go through training camp with with an M4 or M16 or some type of AR. He just misspoke. Like he's no lie there.
Bro,
He did spend over 20 years in the military.
Bro, it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. Just call
I
a
don't
duck
think it's
a
a
duck.
lie.
Just call a duck a duck. This is the whole like quote unquote stolen valor thing. Why would he say that he carried into war? You don't need to add more like weight to your statement when you're talking about school shooters and weapons of war that quote unquote civilians shouldn't have. There's no need for him to add that. He added it because he wanted to make that statement seem more relevant. That he knows what he's talking about and have it carry more weight. He did not need to do that. Anybody,
Maybe
it's
it was a lie,
lie.
or maybe he misspoke.
It's a
Either way, he
lie.
corrected it.
It's not-
'Cause if he had
It's a lie.
said what I used during basic training, then he would have been correct. He has
But
used assault rifles.
He is
before.
not
He
an
just
idiot. He is not an idiot. Politicians know what they say. He lied. Well, just call it a
so
lie.
When Vance
It's a lie.
corrected him, Vance said that he carried weapons in the war. And guess what? Vance hasn't seen combat either. Neither one of these guys have seen combat. So
Okay.
if
Okay.
Walz lied and this
Great.
horrible
Then Vance
person,
lied too, bro.
So then Vance is
I
lied
don't know the
and this
Vance
horrible
quote.
person too.
I don't know the Vance quote, but I didn't call him a horrible person. I'm just not
What
doing the
about
whataboutism.
Rogan, not you.
I'm not doing the
what
whataboutism
saying.
because he thinks Walz is crazy, and I told you this before. A lot of people think Walz is crazy. It's true.
They only think
but
he's
it's a
crazy because
lie.
of the whole tampon Tim thing, which isn't true.
Did he? Okay, I'm gonna play some more. But did Tim Walz lie? Don't don't compare him to anybody else. Did he lie in that statement? Is that a truthful statement?
He was wrong. He was inaccurate. I don't. But that's like me. I'm not Charles Xavier. I can't go into his brain and go
I
into
don't
his
care.
attention.
You-
but
what'd he
he's
say?
told. The reason I say I don't know if he's lying or not because he said that speech a bunch of times.
He's lied a
and
bunch of
usually-
times?
And usually he doesn't misspeak like he did there. Like it's not like it's like he's told the story 20 times and all 20 times he said that. Like I don't know.
What'd he say
Either way, he was
before?
wrong and inaccurate about what he said. I can't go into his intentions.
What did he say before? He said he's given this speech multiple times. What did he say before?
It was more about weapons of warfare, not that
I
he
gotta
carried
see
them
that.
into war.
In that statement, though, the one that we're referring to in this in this video.
Yeah, it's
That's a
wrong
lie.
because he didn't go to war.
All right,
He wasn't in a war.
Let's see.
The number one reason why he flipped and went full MAGA.
Kyle, this is ridiculous.
Is Tim Walz.
I'm sorry. The number one reason. Come on, Kyle. What? Oh, God.
And he says because Tim Walz is such a horrible liar.
Did he say horrible?
My
liar?
brother in Christ, you endorsed Donald Trump.
Oh my God! Is that the video? Is he making your argument? Is this a whataboutism video?
I've only seen the first minute of this video, so I don't know what happens.
All
Literally
right, fair,
told,
fair.
I believe the exact number is 30,573 lies his first term in office. There was a big Washington Post analysis done, and that's the number they came to. And let me be extra kind here, because I know what Rogan would say. Washington Post is basically fake news at this point. point, New York Times is basically fake news. They're all fake news. Okay, let's be kind and cut that number in half. Let's say he just told 15,000 lies, and the other lies are all ones that, you know, it was a gray area, and they said it was a lie, but it couldn't be interpreted as not a lie or whatever. Okay, let's grant all that. 15,000 lies in 4 years, which likely makes him the most prolific liar ever in modern American politics. Trump lied directly to Joe's face, and Joe knew it. And he didn't care. He said to Joe's face, you know, when my rally crowds would say, lock her up, talking about Hillary, I said, wait, hold on now. So he pretended like lock her up wasn't one of his campaign slogans and wasn't something he said on a regular basis.
When Trump was there,
on this
he
channel,
told Rogan, when Trump was there, actually in the studios with Rogan, he said, I never said lock up Hillary. But, I mean, obviously Trump said that all the time.
He said that that's a quote, like he said, that I never said lock up Hillary.
Yeah.
He actually
when he's talking to Rogan. Yeah, that's why Kyle's using this as an example. Because everyone knows Trump has said that. If you pay attention even a little bit.
You only got to pay attention at all. Everyone knew that he said that. But like, if he actually said that verbatim, that's a quote, then why the fuck would he say that? That makes no sense.
Lock her up, talking about Hillary.
I need to see it. Because, like, if he said that, is he really saying that he never said it? Or was he saying, I need context? Or was he saying that,
That's a President Trump lie.
I'm not saying that he didn't lie. I'm not saying that he lied. I haven't seen the video. That's what I'm saying. I need to see the video. If he literally just came out and just blatantly just said, I know I said lock her up, but like, I know if he came out and just said on Joe Rogan's podcast that he never actually said it, that's a lie. Everyone knows it's a lie. You don't have to pay attention to that race at all. But if he was talking about like he was saying it on the campaign trail, but then when he got into office, he said, hold on now, he's not actually going to do it, like yapping like 90% of the politicians do, what I always say, they say stuff but they don't actually do it, then that's different. This is why I need to see the video. But if he literally just said, as Kyle is saying right now, that he just said on Joe Rogan, he just acted as though he never said it. Yeah, it's a lie. Of course it's a lie. I'm willing to bet, because I know Kyle is biased. I know he got a little thing going on for Joe Rogan. I'm willing to bet there's a good possibility that might not be the case, but I've not seen the video. I don't gotta make it. He make it sound that way. That's not me. That's Kyle.
Kyle does have a wife. Like, you don't have to make it sound romantic.
Like Kyle, bro.
Clint.
That's something you want to tell?
You think Rogan doesn't know that Trump said lock her up? He knows that. Another part he lied directly to his face, talking about trying to overturn the last election, talking about election fraud, talking about how he thinks he won the 2020 election. And Rogan said, let me ask you about that. And by the way, I'm going to give you space. Nobody lets you finish talking on this, so I'm going to back up and let you...
Even the voice, it's like a jaded ex-girlfriend. I swear to God.
And give you the floor.
He does it for everybody.
Does he? I don't watch Kyle, so I don't know. This just seems weird to me.
Like any guy, he pretty much does this for.
Make your whole case. And of course, he made the dumbest case imaginable. It was a lie that he won the 2020. Are you kidding me? They literally did an audit in the state of Arizona, and Biden won by more than what we thought he won by on election day. Their cases crumbled. There was over 60 cases. Most of them didn't even have standing because it was so preposterous and so absurd. When Rudy Giuliani got in front of a judge to try to make the case the election was fraudulent, he literally said, we're not alleging fraud, because he knows they can't do it. The 2000 Mules documentary, which was the Dinesh D'Souza attempt to prove that the 2020 election was stolen, Dinesh D'Souza just had to come out and issue an apology and admit that his whole thing was bullshit. Now, is Joe going to talk about this at any extended length? Remember when he came out after the election when Trump won and he was like, oh, it turns out voting works. Yeah, you don't say. So you're admitting Trump lied to your face. Okay. And that didn't change.
The entire 3 minutes he just talked there is just an entire whataboutism. That's all that was. That's all it was. He didn't address it. It is. He's talking about Dinesh D'Souza. Like, who the hell bro? We talking about right now. Why is he bringing Dinesh D'Souza? It's an entire whataboutism. That's all this is. That's literally all this is.
I think it's more, if you are supposedly hate liars, why would you hate this, why would you hate this former teacher, current governor who said this thing which may be a lie, maybe misspoke. Either way, there's no weight behind it. I would say the lie of January 6th does have weight behind it, because since you're trying an insurrection of a democracy. So yeah, I mean, I don't hate Trump for lying about winning in 2020.
Pause. I gotta cut you off. Pause. When did Joe say he doesn't hate Trump for lying? See, that's what I'm saying. Like you're adding things. He
'Cause
never said that.
them.
Okay.
Obviously, the implication is if
No,
I
it's
was going
not.
to be neutral.
It's
I was going to be. Let me say it though. Hey, I was going to be neutral. I wasn't going to do anything. But this Walz guy is such a liar. I had to come out
Oh my
and
God.
do that. And didn't.
Oh my God.
Then it was the result. He endorsed Trump. So the implication there is that Walz is a bigger liar than Trump.
Bro, the reason I laugh about this is because, like, I don't know if people don't see it. And this is not to you, it's more to Kyle, I guess. But you're being biased. You're being so. Let me finish. You're being biased, and you're adding things on top of what people say and do. It all comes down to whataboutism. Like Joe Rogan had two choices. It was no third party. He had two, just like all of us.
He could have gone third party.
Let me finish. He had two choices, just like everybody else, and he made a choice. He has the right to make a choice. And in his mind, in his word, he said, out of these two people, I don't like that guy. I like this guy more. That doesn't mean that he doesn't think that Trump lied or whatever. He made a choice for himself. All this other stuff, like Kyle framing this as, this is the number one reason. What in the hell did he say that? Like, you're just adding stuff on it and saying there's an implication. There's no implication. There's two choices, and he told you why. One reason why he didn't like the other guy. I don't see why that's a problem. That doesn't mean the other guy didn't lie. Like, what the hell? I seriously doubt.
But it doesn't imply that the other guy is less of a liar.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I guarantee you, if you ask Joe Rogan, has Trump lied? He'll say yes. I guarantee. There's no way.
No, that's not the question. That's not what the question would be.
That is the question.
The question would be, who's a bigger liar,
bro?
Trump or Walz?
He had two options. I'll say it again.
And they're not in the same ballpark. They're
That's
not
your
in the
opinion.
same state.
That's your
as
opinion.
liars.
He has the right to make a decision.
It's not just an opinion. Because just like when Kyle gave the number,
According to
earlier
who?
that
According
Kyle
to who?
gave the number. I'm not just telling you. Kyle gave the number earlier that Trump has lied over 30 something thousand times the 4 years he was president, which was counted by, I think he's at Washington Post or New York Times. But even like he said before, even if they are lying, let's cut it in a quarter. That's still I would still puts him over the top as far as lies. Like Walz, I listen to Walz talk all the time.
Good.
And outside of I carry weapons of war or whatever, whether it was in training camp or in the actual war, he did carry assault rifles and knows how to use assault rifles and grenades and so on and so forth. But that's the gotcha. That's not a gotcha. It almost reminds me when it was like George Bush versus John Kerry, and they're trying to make it sound like John Kerry was like some draft dodging this and that. When John Kerry was actually a vet. Like it seems like when Democrats run a vet, Republicans try to make it seem like they never served, or like they're the soft, like that Democrat vet is the softie. Like it's just some weird tactic that Republicans have had for over like 20 years now.
It's only a tactic. That's what you're saying. So nothing about Tim Walz's military record or military service has been a lie. It's all been true. The Republicans have just all made it up. It's just an attack to make him seem like a softie. That's what you're saying. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not the 1st time.
We're gonna get a video. We're gonna get a video of things that Tim Walz has said about his military record and watch people challenge it. And I want you to tell me if he's telling the truth or if he's lying.
Okay.
But going back to this, I honestly don't think anything that you said matters in this circumstance. Who the hell cares? He had two choices. He can pick whoever he wants. It doesn't.
No one said he couldn't.
You're acting like, Trump lied more. He doesn't care. It's his right to pick whoever he wants. Adding all this other, Trump lies more. Why? You're acting like you don't like a lie. He doesn't give a shit. Clearly.
Yeah, because he's biased. Because it's not the real reason.
You're biased.
The real reason
Kyle is biased.
It's the tax cut.
You just made that up.
The real reason is the tax cut, and he is in this right wing echo chamber as far as the UFC. Like what left wingers in the UFC? What left winger is in comedy?
Maybe they should get in comedy.
As far as he knows.
Maybe as
far as the people he knows in comedy. Bro, like they all skew right.
Bro, let me ask you a question. And I just said this like 10 seconds ago. Who the hell cares? Is anybody preventing left wingers from getting into the UFC? Is anybody preventing left wingers from getting into comedy? What the hell is going on? Like, who cares? Like, who cares, bro?
It's not. I mean, that's the topic of the video. This is what Joe Rogan's doing. Like, who cares what the most popular podcaster's doing?
Bro, like, he doesn't have to agree with you. He doesn't have to agree with Kyle.
Yeah.
What is going on?
I'm fine with that.
Are you?
The only thing that's annoying to me is just this like fake neutrality that he's trying to have. And the same goes for Piers Morgan. The same goes for like Bill Maher. Like this whole like, you know.
I don't think Joe Rogan's pretending to be neutral. He literally endorsed Trump and he's supporting Trump. I don't.
I think he's pretending to be
maybe
neutral.
maybe
Like said,
Piers Morgan. Yeah, maybe Piers Morgan. He said he was. That's past tense. He was, but now he's not. Yeah,
he was never going to.
How do you know this? Like, it's an assumption.
I don't believe him.
Exactly. You're just making it up. You could never know that. How can you just say
I don't believe him.
Okay. But you know what? We're going to listen to Kyle be jaded for the next 10 minutes. Let's just see, man.